Good morning, everyone. Virgo here. It is September 10th, 2019, and I hope everybody's having a wonderful Tuesday. And I actually need to go over something with you that I have not addressed before. This is a very, very prevalent scam right now. It has to do with mortgage issues. So if you are somebody who is struggling with the potential of a foreclosure or getting very close to that, you need to listen up. This is a scam that's been going on for a while, but it's one that I have not addressed. It was a situation to begin with that started out totally separate from any of the other movements that are more politically have more political ideology based reasons behind them. But this is now moving into an area of becoming more in line with those very same movements. So it's time for me to open a can of whoop ass on these now, because this is something that's been going on long enough without somebody actually discussing it. So I had a commenter who had their dander all up, we'll say, simply because they have fallen into the rabbit hole of Sovset BS, and basically sent me to the video that is on your screen right now. And you see this old man that's sitting here that looks like he might know something, which we have no idea who this guy really is. The video is could be a totally different person, but this picture is up through the whole video. The video is called "The Truth About Your Mortgage: Secrets the Banks Don't Want You to Know." It is something that was posted in 2012. That gives you an idea of how long this actual video has been around and how long the scam has been going on. I'm sure it went on several years even before this. What this man goes on to explain is about the vapor money theory. And for those of you that haven't ever heard of this, it is the concept that you go to the bank for your mortgage documentation has a promissory note in there, and you sign it, and the bank immediately gets up and goes down to the nearest Federal Reserve or some back window somewhere and turns that promissory note in for 10 times the amount of what the purchase price of the home is. They never actually give you anything back for it, and then you owe on those on that loan in addition. The vapor money theory is bullshit. There will be 2 cases that'll be listed in the description of this video for those of you that are interested in reading them, proving that the vapor money theory does not hold up in court. It is totally and completely a scam. It's not real. The vapor money theory has gotten a lot of people wrapped up in trouble with regards to foreclosure. But the main reason why I'm even doing this video really doesn't have to do with talking about the scam or the lie of the vapor money theory. What this actually has to do with are these 2 groups that are listed underneath in the description area. Scrutinization reports, mortgage compliance investigators, and certified forensic loan auditors. So I went ahead and went over to their website, which I'm going to take you to now. And the reason why is because there are people that fall for this all the time and do not do even 2 minutes worth of research by simply Googling what mortgage scrutinization is and the fact that it's illegal. So here we are on the page for certifiedforensicloanauditors.com. I'm over on their services tab, and as you can see, they claim that CFLA offers the industry's premier forensic loan auditing service and expert litigation packages for foreclosure defense attorneys and homeowners. which, interestingly enough, if you are a foreclosure defense attorney, you certainly do not need to be purchasing documentation from an outside group, because what your attorney will do if you're in the process of a foreclosure is they'll go over what your current income range and bracket is, and they will attempt to try to assist you in getting your loan modified. That is actually what the proper way of dealing with this situation is if you're in foreclosure, in order to save your home and temporarily lower your payments until your situation becomes better. But what these people actually do is claim that they can go in with their secret squirrely auditors and they can locate in your mortgage documentation where either there are additional lenders that have resold your property paperwork over and over and over again, or that the bank has collected more than the amount that you're paying back, the vapor money theory again, or that they're going to locate some kind of fraud that your mortgage company or bank has committed against you, and that they're the only ones who can do that. Now let me take you over to a real attorney, a real foreclosure defense attorney, and show you what they're saying about groups such as CFLA. Interestingly enough, you will find that a lot of these groups are actually out of Florida. This particular attorney has run into this many, many times. He's out of St. Petersburg, Florida, and we're going to take a look at what he has to say regarding mortgage scrutinization audits. He says they are a crime. He says, let me be clear about this one more time. Mortgage loan scrutinization audits are a crime. Violations. A person who violates any provision of this section commits an unfair and deceptive trade practice as defined in Part 2 of this chapter. Violators are subject to the penalties and remedies provided in Part 2 of this chapter, including a monetary penalty not to exceed $15,000 per violation. Just this week, I had another client in my office who almost lost their home because they had given thousands of dollars to a loan audit / scrutinization quote unquote expert who told them to ignore the lawsuit that had been filed against them. They did not respond to the lawsuit, and the bank was prepared to set a sale. The judge did not have to let my new client defend the case, but the judge recognized that this old migrant family had indeed been a victim of a widespread and rampant fraud, so the judge allowed them to defend their case, and their home is safe for now. Good call by the judge, fair and balanced. So now I'm going to bust my hump to make sure this client fills out all their paperwork and gets the modification done. Here's the thing. With their income, they could have had the modification done months ago, if only the scammer had not sold them up the river. I get variations of the loan audit scam in my office nearly every single day, he says. Hapless customers are either directly approached by companies or they respond directly to any one of hundreds of websites that have sprung up everywhere. Here's the wrap. The company or expert will audit their loan, show them how the bank committed fraud or their documents are bad or whatever, and the homeowner can use that information to get a free house for a small upfront fee of several $1,000s, and maybe a small monthly fee if the mark can swing it. Any representations like this are a violation of state and federal law, and yet the proliferation of these scams is mind-blowing. Homeowners are pounced on by cold callers and emails and direct mail and people coming directly to their door as soon as a foreclosure lawsuit is filed. Some are pounded on just as soon as they miss a few payments. These consumers are placed on widely available lists that are purchased by the scrutinization scam companies, and the victims are pounded on relentlessly. We're experts in loan audits. The banks commit fraud. We have access to Bloomberg Terminal. We have trained bank examiners on our staff. We have federal attorneys on our staff. We will get you a free house. I've wasted good years of my life reporting such scams to the Florida Attorney General's office, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and anyone else that should be paying attention. But no one seems to care. Years ago, I met the representatives from several different agencies. They handed me their fancy embossed cards and talked about a multi-agency task force that was going to be set up to go after these scams and ensnare countless customers every day. But no follow-up ever came of those meetings and phone calls. I wonder if the shuffling of papers I heard in the background were a self-deleted comment here aimed at trying to not make me such a target. Here is an example of how long I've been screaming about this and here. The scams morph and twist, but the outcome and intent are the same. The outcome is a homeowner is scammed. The intent to take thousands of dollars from those who can least afford it. Every time I write one of these posts, I get pounced on and attacked by all sorts of people who claim they are the real deal and do real audits and provide real service to homeowners. Now, I will acknowledge that there are a handful of individuals out there who are working with attorneys and who have very valuable information that can be useful to a homeowner. But that information is useless if it's not admissible in court. So I issue the challenge once again. Will any so-called scrutinization expert please stand up? Please share with me admissible evidence of success in any foreclosure or bankruptcy case. Quite frankly, folks, there simply isn't one. The reason there isn't one is because this is a mortgage scam. Mortgage scrutinization audit experts are bullshit. You need to watch out for them. Equally so, please watch out for people who claim the vapor money theory. People like April Lejeune, who like to talk about how once you sign your security agreement and your promissory note after you go to the bank to get your mortgage, that there's some crazy back window that leads directly to some Federal Reserve bank account who gives that mortgage company 10,000 times the amount of the actual documentation. It isn't true. The vapor money theory has been proven over and over again to be false, and as I stated, I will be providing you 2 cases in the description of this video that prove the vapor money theory is laughed out of court every time it's brought up. There's an attack on our society today that is running rampant by a particular group of individuals who want to make you very angry with your own government. That's happening here in the United States and in many other countries across the world. You have to stop and wonder, why are all these people working to try to piss you off so badly? And guess what, guys? It's working. About 30% of our nation currently believes in these kind of conspiracy theories. It's very damaging, and it's going to get downright scary if more factual evidence doesn't come to light. I started this video in order to provide you with information about a scam. The scam is this. These type of groups, certified forensic loan auditors, who supposedly are able to do scrutinization packages for thousands of dollars, what they will do is take your money, run you out of time to file a modification that you could have gotten free of charge that would have saved your home and lowered your payment so that you could remain in your home and not be pushed up against the wall for a few hundred more dollars a month, temporarily assist you out of the mess you're in so that you can get back on your feet. They will run you out of the time it would take for you to file that documentation and get your modification. And then they'll use those few $1,000s that you paid them along with a few other people who got suckered in and try to actually purchase that home out from underneath you right when it goes onto the market. That's when they get them good and cheap. Pretty nifty little scam, isn't it? So I wanted to make sure everybody was aware of this. It's a particularly insidious one, in my opinion. Excuse me. It's one that everyone needs to know about. So please share this video because there's not a lot of information about this scam. And there are hundreds, if not thousands, of websites, videos, and information and ads across social media and the web that people run into the minute they start researching any kind of foreclosure problem or even late pay. All right, everybody. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.